Welcome back to Danielle Inspires Travel Series. I'm so excited about inspiring you to encounter personal growth, increase your creativity, build relationships, and enhance your health and well being by traveling the world. Travel is more than just a getaway, it's a transformative experience that opens your eyes to the beauty and diversity of the world outside of you and inside of you. If you missed How to Get Started Traveling the World Part 1, there's a link in the description, as well as a link to our first travel series broadcast about the MSC Seashore 7-day Caribbean cruise. In part 1 of How to Get Started Traveling the World, I shared the very first thing I recommend you do to get started traveling the world is to start traveling locally within your home state. I'd love for you to start thinking about some cities, towns, or counties in your home state that you want to visit for the first time. Also consider some cities you have visited in the past and what are some new experiences you'd like to have on your visit. Keep in mind that your state is part of the world and you can get started traveling the world in the next 30 days by planning a day trip or weekend getaway in your home state. Let's enjoy the process of dreaming about what's next for you. As a world traveler, remembering that the world includes where you live. Your neighboring cities, towns, or counties might seem like a small step towards your dream vacation abroad, but you are not a person who despises humble beginnings. I want to share with you some adventures I've had in my home state of Florida by visiting different places in a county worth exploring, Brevard County. Brevard County is located on the Atlantic coast of eastern central Florida. As of the 2020 census, the population was a little over 600,000, making it the 10th most populated county in Florida. Brevard County is known as the Space Coast due to the influence of the John F. Kennedy Space Center and the aerospace industry on its economy. On the night that I flew back home from Paris, France, I witnessed a shuttle launch from the Kennedy Space Center, which was a fabulous welcome home indeed. Normally, the first thing I do when moving to a city is to visit its libraries, but I had beach on the brain since moving to Florida, so it took 3 years before I finally visited a few libraries in Brevard County. The library I'd like to highlight is Old Gallie Library because of its waterfront views. I love being surrounded by books, whether it's a library or bookstore. And when you add beautiful views like these to boot, I'm all in. If you've been sleeping on the services provided by libraries in recent years, like I have, wake up and smell the free access to a vast range of information and resources, including books, journals, and ebooks, as well as programs, events, and spaces for people to connect and collaborate. Now let's take a sunrise walk across the Melbourne Causeway in Brevard County. The Causeway has a park on either side, and the journey across from one park to the next provides spectacular views of the Indian River and its wildlife. Both parks provide a tranquil outdoor space in the heart of Brevard County, offering visitors a serene environment to relax and unwind amongst lush greenery, walking paths, and picnic areas. And speaking of the Indian River, it is a great place for paddleboarding because the waters are much calmer than the Atlantic Ocean. The only thing you must watch out for are collectives of dolphins racing around. For me, paddleboarding is such a peaceful experience from a seated position or lying down even. I like being rocked by gentle waves and caressed by the sun's rays any day of the week. There's more to come about Brevard County, but first, I want to address the trend of wearing busyness like a badge of importance. Family, busyness does not validate your importance or impact on the world. If you are one of those people professing that you are too busy to enjoy the moments of your life or too busy to plan life-giving experiences and connections, then busyness for you could be a sign that you don't feel important enough or worthy enough to prioritize your wants and needs. Time is our divine tool to use in ways to enhance our lives. God didn't intend for us to be slaves to a clock, allowing time to rule over our comings and goings. If your schedule is packed with things that you truly do not value or enjoy, then you switch roles with time, making it your master instead of mastering it. I want you to get the most out of this travel series, but if you keep saying to yourself, I don't have the time to travel domestically or abroad, then let's work together to design a life worth living and a schedule that is life-giving. If living your values, enjoying your life, and prioritizing yourself are problematic for you, I'd love to chat with you one-on-one about how to master your time. My contact information is on the screen. Well, we have 2 more stops to make in Brevard County. Let's head to the Brevard Zoo next in honor of their 30-year celebration. I don't know about you, but visiting the zoo brings out the kid in me. Brevard Zoo's lush open-air habitats are home to over 800 animals from around the world. There's so much to see and do, such as animal feedings, kayak tours, train rides, aerial adventures, and more. Seriously, if you need to lighten your mood on any given weekend, visit your local zoo, become a member, and partner with them in supporting conservation in your region. The last stop on our local tour of Brevard County is the Henegar Center. The Henegar Center is a local performing arts center that produces several Broadway quality shows each year. In fact, look at their 2025-26 lineup. The overall atmosphere of the center is one of entertainment, education, and enrichment, and I've been blown away by each production that I've seen. They truly deliver a high-quality performing arts experience. To recap, you can get started traveling the world by number 1, traveling locally in your home state. Number 2 of how to get started traveling the world is to get a passport, please. I never used my first passport, and then it took several years before I used my second passport. So don't feel bad about getting a passport if you don't currently have any travel plans abroad. As you begin to carve out time in your schedule to travel locally, making travel plans part of your wellness journey. Eventually, you will broaden your horizons to include international travel as well, and you need to be passport ready. Number 3 and 4 are kind of a 2-for-1. Number 3 is to be sure to routinely consume content about traveling the world. And number 4 is to plan a trip to your local library. Your local library can be an invaluable resource for planning and preparing for world travel. Libraries typically have a wide range of travel books, including popular series like Lonely Planet, Rick Steves, and National Geographic. These guides provide detailed information on destinations, itineraries, cultural tips, local customs, and more. Many libraries subscribe to travel magazines, and these magazines offer travel inspiration, tips, and feature articles on specific destinations around the world. If you're traveling to a country where you don't speak the language, check out the language learning resources available at your local library. This can include books, audio courses, apps, and online platforms like Mango Languages and Duolingo, which may be available for free with your local library membership. If you're looking for ways to travel on a budget, your library will have books on backpacking, budget travel tips, and inexpensive travel hacks. They can provide insight on low-cost accommodation, cheap flights, and other ways to make your journey more affordable. Many libraries offer free access to films and documentaries. You can watch travel documentaries to get a sense of different cultures, landscapes, and cities. These videos can provide visual inspiration and offer practical travel advice. Libraries often provide access to online resources like databases for booking flights, finding accommodations, or researching visas. Check if your local library offers events, workshops, or classes on travel, photography, or cultural studies. These might be running by experienced travelers, experts, or even community members with useful tips and advice. Some libraries host travel clubs or book clubs where like-minded individuals gather to share their travel experiences, tips, and recommendations. Joining these groups can help you connect with seasoned travelers and learn firsthand about different parts of the world. The last step I have for you to get started traveling the world is to contact a seasoned travel agent. On the next Danielle Inspires, join me for an exciting and informative broadcast where we sit down with a seasoned travel agent to explore how working with a professional can help you navigate the world of travel. Whether you're a first-time traveler or seasoned explorer, this interview will provide key insights on how travel agents can assist with everything from planning customized itineraries to booking the best deals on flights and accommodations. We'll also dive into costs, if any, of using a travel agent and discuss how to make your travel smoother, safer, and more enjoyable. Don't miss out on expert advice to kickstart your next adventure. Until next time, be bold, be great, and be inspired. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me to watch another episode of Danielle Inspires. If you have not done so already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the alert button to be aware of new content as soon as it is released, and share this video with those you love. See you next time.